So just on that, as a business owner, because a lot of my listeners are entrepreneurs and business owners, you said about growth is the bedrock of a business mindset. When is enough enough? Or is
There
there
should
not
never
that
be such there should never be such a thing. If you're a business, if you're thinking like a business, then you're looking at market share. If you're thinking like a business owner and you think that the business's goals should be based upon your own personal needs, then you miss the point of having a business. It's a business, by my definition, is a commercial, profitable enterprise that works without you. Like when people learn that I have 11 companies and I run them in 2 days a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, people are like, well, how do you do that? And it's like, well, I build people who build companies. My goal is to build a commercial, profitable enterprise that works without me. If I still have to work there, it's not a business, it's a job, and I work for a lunatic. That's the simplest way I can define it. So when is enough enough? When you've sold the business to a venture capital fund for more than 10 times earnings. That's when enough is enough. You know, the goal of any business, and many moons ago, Gerber said it and Gerber wrote the book, The E-Myth, and he said it, I don't think he said it in the book, but I remember him speaking at an event that I hosted, and we brought Michael to Australia to speak, and he said, you know, the only reason to start a business is to sell it. And for the first probably 2 years, I really struggled with that, I don't want to sell it. I love it. I love what I do. I don't want to sell it. Yes, but it has to be capable of being sold. Right. You know, like this is a pair of glasses here, right? How much do these glasses sell for if I don't put the frames in? It's not finished. Therefore, it can't sell for much. Now, most businesses aren't finished. My definition of finished is that the business runs without you. You could take a 6-month vacation and come back and the business would be bigger than when you left. If you have to be there for it to run, the business is hamstrung by your capabilities, your knowledge, and your time, I guess, as well.
Yeah, I read when I was doing some research on you, you talk about that running a business without you, and there's lots of sort of references to sort of a Tim Ferriss 4-Hour Work Week and Michael Gerber, the E-Myth, and building those sorts of things. And I think that's what a lot of entrepreneurs and business owners struggle with, that actually they're the bottleneck often in those cases, because they think they know their business best. They know where the direction of the business should go, but actually letting it open up and let other people do that. As you said, you're running multiple businesses in 2 days, which is amazing.
You know, your job as a business person is to become a great business person. Your job as a business owner is to become a great business owner. Your job as an entrepreneur, and the difference between a business owner and an entrepreneur is a business owner runs one business, an entrepreneur runs multiple businesses. You know, the entrepreneur is in the game of buying, building, and selling companies. The business owner is in the business of running that business and producing an annual profit for just that business. The entrepreneur makes capital sales, like they trade in businesses, whereas the business person trades in daily profit type thing. So when I work with, or when any one of my Action Coach team works with a business owner and they see this definition of a finished business, the challenge is most of them don't have the recipe. You know, you want a cake, okay, and the finished business, the one that runs without you, is the finished cake. Well, what's the recipe? And that's where, luckily enough, at Action Coach now, we're 29 years old as a company. We've been doing this with hundreds of thousands of business owners every week. Our clients in all 83 countries that we have offices in, you know, we do this. We have 1,100 offices doing this sort of thing. Just our company alone is proof that our methodology works, if that makes sense, you know, just what we do in and of itself. But what we did, about 13 years into the company, I wrote a book called The Business Coach. And what I wrote was our 6-step framework of how you build a business. That is the same framework we use with a chiropractor, as we would with a plumbing contractor, as we would with a restaurant, as we would with a construction firm. It's the same methodology. And so when you take that recipe for how to build a business, you know, it starts with the base level of mastery. And there's 4 areas of mastery that you have to get done if you want to actually move to the next tier. And the next level is marketing. and there's 5 areas of marketing that you have to take care of. And then the next level is systemization, and there's 9 stages to systemization. And the next is team building, and there are 6 keys to a winning team. And then we move to synergy, where we have 5 disciplines of synergy. And so we break everything down for a business owner and teach them step by step by step. And if you can learn it, you can do it.
Yeah.
But the learning work is, and Mark, you do this podcast all the time, the learning work's the hardest work. The new knowledge is the hardest work. I mean, you've got the best job in the world. You get to interview smart people and take notes every single week. It's brilliant. I love your job.
I'm absolutely blessed. I get to speak to great people like you, learn a bunch of stuff, which like sometimes it even shocks me that I'm not aware of, and just that whole process that you've just described, from starting a business, building a business, scaling a business, and the future there. I think that's what I've been impressed with meeting some of your franchisees, action coaches, that it's a step-by-step process that you do to build and grow and scale your business. So I think that's the fascinating thing, and I think you've hit the nail. And this is part of your success is that you can slip your coaches into whichever stage those businesses are at, and you can help them grow. So it's absolutely.
Yeah, of course, some of our coaches, in many of our firms, will have a coach who starts with business owners who are in that base level mastery area, and then we'll hand them off to the marketing coach and move them up the scale, sort of thing. Because every business grows at different rates, and every business owner's in a different position, has different goals, needs, and wants. Yeah. But I go back to the initial question you asked about when is enough enough? A business, that should never be a question that you're having as an answer. The biggest advantage big business has over small business is they have a board of directors. They have shareholders. And what do those shareholders and board of directors consistently demand? Growth and profits. The challenge for a small business owner is that there is no one demanding growth and no one demanding profits. And so as long as they've paid the bills, and that's where it distresses me immensely, Mark, when I get to meet with business owners who've hit the point, and they might have been in business a year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, however long, but they've hit the point of their goal is to just pay the bills. And it's like that is their consistent thought. I just want to pay the bills. And
well, that's your job, isn't it? That's
but your job is growth. Your job is
no, but I mean for an employee.
Oh yeah,
that's the mindset that I spent 14 years in Big Four, and knowing that mindset of you end up spending everything that you earn, and then you start again the next month. As a business owner, as an entrepreneur, it is about growing your business and having multiple streams of income and bringing those incomes in that service your future, your family's future. So it is definitely a different mindset, and I've experienced that over the last 3 or 4 years, moving from corporate into entrepreneurship and seeing that, and working with great people as well, to see that growth mindset and trying to expand your business and grow your business. So I think that's critical.